Chinese envoy to Somalia towards the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. Minister of Defense concludes the training course of Somali National Army officers in Mogadishu. Somali government special commanders take over villages previously under Al-Shabaab. And Al-Shabaab senior commander defects. President Uhuru Kenyatta to hold talks with his US counterpart Donald Trump in Washington. A wave of tough unilateral sanctions reimposed against Iran. Yes, indeed, this is the premier segment of the English news broadcast that will be airing from today here on SNTV. We have a brilliant team behind this working hard to bring you the news as and when it occurs. I am Mwenge Saleh. Welcome to the broadcast. A military pass-out ceremony was conducted at the Turkish military training camp in Mogadishu today. The Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism received a delegation from the Chinese embassy led by Ambassador Jiang Qin.
Today I have an honor to visit the Ministry of Information and National Gardens.
Somali National Army has conducted operations in Middle Shabelle where the stronghold of Al-Shabaab is and cleared the militant group.
Speaking to Sona, Mosenur Shuaib, the Deputy District Commissioner of Balad area where the operation took place, said that the Somali National Army had taken over several villages including Daniga, Barwago, Gerswain and Wallamoy. The militants fled the area as the army occupied it. The Deputy Commissioner also said that the army destroyed the store of the militants' ammunition as it was their center of operations. The special unit went into action, often receive, educate information about the militants' operations at the area. This is among successful operations that have conducted and continues in support of international forces.
President Uhuru Kenyatta is scheduled to meet with the US President Donald Trump at the White House on an official meeting scheduled on 27th August 2018.
The meeting will focus on the growing trade between the two countries and the finding long-lasting solution to insecurity in the neighboring Somalia and South Sudan. U.S. President Donald Trump's Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said in the statement, the meeting between the two leaders will reaffirm the long-standing relationship between the United States and Kenya as cornerstone of peace and stability in Africa and the broader Indo-Pacific region. U.S. President Donald Trump and the President of Kenya will explore ways to bolster trade and investment between the two countries while strengthening security cooperation. Mr. Sanders describing Kenya as a vital partner of the United States that Mr. Trump was looking forward to discussing ways to broaden the strategic partnership based on our shared democratic values and the mutual interests. President Kenyatta will be the third African head of state to meet with the U.S. President Donald J. Trump at the White House after the Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
For 10 years, the UN has imposed sanctions on Iran over alleged nuclear program. In 2015, both the EU and UN permanent members met in Vienna and agreed on lifting the sanctions on Iran, allowing Iran to do business with other countries. Not many were happy over the agreement as the US has reimposed tough sanctions on the country.
Back in May 5th, President Donald Trump made the pledge to pull America out the international agreement on Iranian nuclear.
We will not allow American cities to be threatened with destruction, and we will not allow a regime that chants death to America to gain access to the most deadly weapons on earth.
He blasted the agreement yet again on Monday, called a horrible one-sided deal that they failed to achieve. Phenomenal objective is blocking all parties on Iranian nuclear bomb. Iranians have already seen the effort of the sanction, with the Iranian real currency losing around half its value since Trump announced the U.S. withdrew from 2015 nuclear agreement. President Trump said the sanction seeks financial pressure on Tehran to force comprehensive and lasting solution to Iran threat, including deployment of missiles and regional malign activities. Speaking on the issue, EU's diplomatic chief Federico Mogherini said the bloc, as well as the Germany, France, Britain, deeply regretting Washington's move.
We in the European Union updated our blocking statute. You're very much up to date with this. This is a legislation the European Union has in place to protect European businesses from the effect of secondary sanctions, of sanctions that the US imposes outside of its territory. We believe that it is, and it has to be, up to the Europeans in this case to decide with whom to trade with. So there is also a matter of, I would say, trade sovereignty to be protected.
On the other hand, the President Hassan Rouhani has hit out the U.S., stating that the measures which came into effect overnight as a psychological warfare which aimed to sow division among the Iranians.
A top Al-Shabaab commander has defected, citing that the group's operations and ideology has totally shifted. You are now up to date with the latest news from SNTV. Stay tuned for more entertaining, informative and educative programming. I am Saleh Mwenge.